Kamaldeep Sendhu. I have been brought up in Nakuru, Kenya, and I have 3 siblings. That's my brother, my sister, and myself. I have a daughter who is aged 25 and is currently working in Canada. I went to school at St. Xavier's from nursery right up to secondary. I finished my secondary in Nakuru and then I went into a secretarial course. And after I finished the secretarial course, I was offered a job at Coopers & Lybrand in Nairobi. I joined Coopers & Lybrand and moved on to Ernst & Young. After that, Ernst & Young merged with Price Waterhouse and we became Price Waterhouse Coopers. I was in Price Waterhouse in Coopers until 2012 when I was made redundant. After being made redundant, I had always had a passion in starting my own business. So that was a wake-up call for me to start my business. I looked around and saw where was there a need, and I started a salon by the name of Styles of Tomorrow, which is still in existence till today. Why did I start this salon? It is a family salon. It was because whenever I would take my daughter to have her hair done, none of the hairdressers would like my daughter to do her hair. So I just decided that I need a salon where we would just have a children's section, because as you will know, children take a long time to have their hair done. You have to have a lot of patience with children. So we started Styles of Tomorrow, where it's divided into different areas. We have the barber shop for the men and the ladies also. Then we have the children's section, which is only for children. Then we have the ladies section that is for manicure, pedicure, the spa, and all that. That was in 2012. Then later on, a friend of mine called me. She was starting a business in Nakuru and asked me to join her. So I decided to join her in doing a furniture shop. We had that furniture shop for about a month and we did not sell even one table or anything. So we looked around and decided what is there not in Nakuru, and we decided to start the craft shop. The craft shop is known as Malaika Gifts and Interiors, which is still in existence till today. But my partner left because we were not making much and she decided to go into other fields of her business. But I tagged along and went on with it. We are still in existence. We've also started another branch in Naivasha. And we have 3 shelf space in Nairobi at Craft Center, at Nairobi Street Kitchen, and also at Yaya. But these 3 shelf spaces in Nairobi are shared by other people. So we are 10 of us in this shop. We share all the costs and everything, and it's worked out really well. And the reason why I decided to venture into gifts, as I said earlier, we had started with furniture and we did not sell anything. So we did a market research and decided to find out what was there not in Nakuru that we thought people needed. So we started the craft shop in Nakuru, where we work with artisans. How do we say we turn dreams into reality? How do we do that? We offer space to artisans to exhibit their goods, which we sell on their behalf. We work with artisans, so we design products. A client can walk into the shop and say, I need a certain table mat with this and these beads. So we sit down with the artisans, work out on the color of the beads, the color scheme the client wants, and produce a product. Most of the products that we produce are unique. We always try to be unique and make sure they are of good quality. We were also on a product development course that was done by Export Promotion Kenya, which has Buy Kenya, Build Kenya. During the COVID period, we had a real rough time because most of our items in the shop were targeted for the tourists. But during COVID time, it also taught us to change the way we do things. We started dealing more with interior things. And most of our products in the shop, nearly all our products are from locally sourced materials. So everything in the shop is locally sourced. As we said, We say buy Kenya, build Kenya. The catalogs of things that we do, we have mirrors that are done with beads. We have table mats that are done with beads. We have belts that are done with beads. We have dog collars that are done with beads. And we also use leather. We have handbags that is made with leather, with pure leather, that is also bought in Kenya. What differentiates us is we are unique. Is a client will come in and give us a design, and it's the client's design, it's not our design. So we become unique in the sense that we do the design according to the way you want, and also our products are made with pure leather and with also locally sourced beads. Yes, we faced a lot of challenges in these industries because we work with artisans, and sometimes the artisans do not keep their word. You can think you've got an order from a client, a very big order, and you go there to pick the order and you find the artisan has not even started on the product. A good example is I had a very big order from a client that during Christmas time. I was expecting the wine glasses to be ready. By the time I went to pick, the glasses were not even, they hadn't even started. And you can imagine it was during the Christmas period that the client wanted to give to their clients. So it was quite a challenging position at that time. But I always say with challenges, you always have to find a solution. And my solution with that was always have a plan B. When in business, you always have to have a plan B, otherwise you will not make it. In challenges also with finances, sometimes you can have a big order and you do not have the money to start the order. And in most cases, especially if you work with corporates, they will not give you a deposit. They expect you to deliver and then they will pay you once you've delivered. So finance can be also challenging. And also because all our products are handmade and not any machine. So if you have a very big order, you have to remember it takes a very long time. And sometimes clients do not understand that. They give you 2 weeks within which to produce the item, and these are all handmade. Another issue is that 2 or 3 products cannot be the same. You'll appreciate that it is done by hand. So 2 or 3 products can never be the same. And sometimes it's really hard trying to explain to the client that these 2 products cannot be the same. We try our level best to make sure they are alike, but there'll be a difference of here and there. Well, how we've tried to mitigate this problem is trying to make sure we have finances. Also trying to explain to the client beforehand if they could please pay us a deposit so that we could work with the artisans and pay them some money. Remember, the artisans are just working like you and me, and they do not have any other source of income except for these things that we produce. So we have to mitigate and help them out, give them deposits, make sure that we get the work done on time. And also, I think by talking to your clients, you're able to explain to the client why this one or the other product does not look the same. Is because you'll appreciate that not using machines, you cannot get it the same way. And some clients do understand and appreciate what we are trying to do. Yes, I've thought about it, but remember, my core was give back to society. So when you start trying to do it yourself, you're actually not getting other people to work, because remember, these artisans are working with other artisans also. So if you just have 1 or 2 artisans to yourself, you'll not provide other people with work. Yeah, we are in a project where we are producing 300 cups, which I'm very proud about. 1 artisan is working on it, but the client was very happy to give us 2 months notice, which has really helped us, because by the time the client wants the product, it will be ready. And also during the Christmas time, we really do get orders from corporates who want to make Kenya, build Kenya, and have the products that are available in Kenya to give to gifts to their clients. We keep on innovating, we keep on changing our products. One thing I say, every month, I must have a new product in the shop, so that if a client comes in, they'll always find something different. Not the same thing every time. And I'm very proud to say that whenever a client comes to the shop, they say, whenever I'm looking for something unique, I'll always come to this shop. And I'm proud to say that. We've actually formed a cooperation with, we've got somebody in the US that is trying to source Kenyan things and take them to the US. She is trying to source from all over the world so that she has everything from East Africa to go and sell at exhibitions. So we are trying to collaborate with her. And also now we've got 1 or 2 hotels in Mombasa that have started ordering from us to put into their shop, which I'm very proud to say it's at least helping both me and the artisans. Made in Kenya means literally everything is bought in Kenya. The material and everything is locally sourced, not from any other country. Everything is locally sourced. So we've got the brand mark, Made in Kenya, Built Kenya, by the Kiproba. They came and actually certified that all our products are genuinely made. And not only that, they also helped us do product development. That means in business, the logo, at least it gives us a trademark out there in Kenya that we are recognized by saying Made in Kenya, Built Kenya. The part of the CSR, as I've been talking, is giving back to society. And how do I do that? Is by offering space to artisans to exhibit and working with them. And also another thing is I'm a member of a Rotary Club of Ridgeways, where we help. We have a lot of CSR programs, like for example, building trees, taking trees to school, offering people water. So I'm also in the Rotary Club of Kenya, where we give back to society. Oh, my proudest moment was during the COVID period, especially seeing the smile on the artisans' faces when you're paying them. That was my proudest moment. I'll not forget it, because that was the time most people were losing jobs, but God kept us going. We still had work going. We did not close down at all. It's unbelievable till today. And what we say, that if we could go through that, we could go through anything else. What moved is the clients. Remember, as a business person, you've always got to listen to your clients. If you don't listen to your clients, you'll not know what they want. You'll keep on producing what you think you want. But by listening to our clients, we keep on listening to what they say. Oh, why don't you have this? Then we go and try it out. And if it comes out well, we sell it. And in that way, it keeps us going. And also, I think nowadays with technology, you have to always keep on being on the internet, so that you're always keeping up with what's the latest trends. And also, I keep on going on to training courses. I know it's tough because working and doing training, but I always keep on keeping up with what is new in the market. Retention, well, with us, I've had employees from the time we started, especially Malaika Gifts. I've not had a turnover of staff, and we keep on employing new ones, whatever there is the need. Right now, we've just employed another person to do the marketing, because that was something that we found we needed a need to do. How we develop them is by keeping them on the training. We are, especially with Kiproba, they keep on having courses on product development, and every time they have the training, they call us and we send one of the staff to go on to the training. Either we'll go both of us or one of us will go. It depends on what skill the person needs. So by development, and also you keep on sharing with the trainings that you have. There's so much on the internet that you can actually train yourself. That's if you're interested in it, and you have to keep on trying to push your staff to go onto the internet and look what is there on the internet, what are other people doing that you're not doing. Our marketing is usually done on the website. We have social media. We've got Facebook, we've got Instagram, and we've got a website. So most of our marketing is done online, but also we have a lot of referrals by word of mouth, and also by networking. In fact, I've got a lot of orders, and I would really urge everybody to do a lot of networking. It really helps. Word of mouth cannot be any other way but by networking. What inspired me to getting into the industry was when I was made redundant. I tried to look at what could I do? And I have such passion in doing the product development. There's such passion in it, and especially also running the salon, it's not for the money, it's a passion. When you see somebody coming out so well, it's really nice, especially the kids. You see them grow. We've seen kids grow from 2 until they are 16 when they decide which other salon to go to. We always are online. To keep up with everything is you have to keep on going on to courses. You have to be online all the time and check what is the latest trend in the market. You cannot, I'll give an example. I went for an exhibition in Birmingham, and because I did not check online before I went with spoons that were beaded. Of course, in that country, selling spoons that are beaded will not work because most of them use the dishwasher. So they cannot put those spoons into the dishwasher. So that was a lesson learned. If I had really checked out before I left, I would not have gone with those spoons. So I learned a hard way. Creativity, we usually try and check what's in the market, and we try to be more creative. We listen to our clients, what they want, and we try to draw and find out. And also, I think it's really important for you to check the trends in the market to keep up with what is new in the market. In our designs, we always use the products, high-end products. We try to make sure we locally source them, and we make sure that they are properly, especially the leather. You have to really check that it is properly dried. And also when you're making the products, you have to make sure the product is properly finished. If you do not, the product, especially because it's handmade, it will not work out well. And how we be sustainable, we try to use all the leftovers to make something else, not throw them away. Throw the leftovers. We always try to redesign. Maybe, for example, we've got some material left from the leather. We make key rings with that so that we are sustainable. Well, that's been an issue, I'll not say, because everybody says we are expensive. But remember, we have to take the cost into consideration when doing our budgets. So we try as much as possible to have our budgets as low as possible, but we have to also take into consideration the products that we've used in designing that product. We always take into consideration, when designing a product, we always take into decision what the client has said, because a client is always right. We try to listen to what they say. And even if we get a negative feedback, we do not take it as a negative feedback. We take it as positive, and that is how I've trained my staff. It is always, when a client gives a feedback, take it positively. Do not take it negatively, because we all learn. We are always learning. We listen to the client. We always have a product. We do not do the final product. We always give the client a piece that we've done so that the client can have a look at it and confirm it is exactly what the client wants. So we had a client that actually wrote back to us and was so happy. She's saying that whenever she comes, and she's always done that, whenever she comes to Kenya, she always comes back and buys a product. If you go onto our website, you will see a lot of testimonials that we have received from clients. Dealing with conflicts is one thing I have trained my staff, is never argue with a client. If a client is giving you feedback, just take it positively. We try and take it as positively. Sometimes the client may not be right, but we try to look at it and try to improve ourselves by listening to the client. The future of our industry is getting out into the export market. And what I mean by getting out into the export market is not just to the UK, the USA, it's also within East Africa. Especially right now with the new trade agreements that are taking in place, doing business within the East African country is really good, because we exchange goods. Like, for example, from Uganda, we get in things from Uganda and take Kenyan things to Uganda. Take bring in Tanzanian things and take Kenyan things to Tanzania. So it's a real good collaboration rather than just thinking about overseas. In this business, it's been quite tough, especially balancing But I think as long as you have time management, you're good with your time, you're able to balance your time. There are some times when you'll appreciate you have to work long hours, especially when you have very big orders going out. You have to work really long hours to make sure the work is done on time. But I think if you're good with your time management, you're able to do it. In entrepreneurship, you need persistence, persistence, persistence. If you're weak, you'll not manage in entrepreneurship. The reason why I say that, entrepreneurship has its ups and downs. So during the ups, you are happy, but during the downs, you're low. You just have to persist and persist. And one thing I keep on saying is that if we go through the COVID period, we will get through anything. If you want to take in such business, I think you should always have your numbers in place, because it's not easy. Entrepreneurship is not something easy. You need a lot of persistence. You need a lot of time to manage. And remember, when you're an entrepreneur, you're not 8 to 5. You're continuously working. No matter what you say, something will always come up. You always have to have the time to work on your business. Entrepreneurship is something, as long as you have the passion, I am sure you will go through anything. Ups and downs, you will still get into it no matter what. There's nothing as nice as being an entrepreneur. I've been in both. I've been an employee and I've also been an entrepreneur, and I just love what I do. For all your handmade gift items, please visit us on www.malaikagifts.com or on Facebook, Malaika Gifts Kenya, for all your handmade gift items. We are based at Westside Mall, Nakuru.